Hey y'all, it's me, Emerson, coming from the Skeleton System. Um, Happy Pride Month, and Black Lives Matter, and pay attention to what's going on in the world around you. I understand that it's super stressful and super traumatizing for a lot of us. But I also want to say those of us who are white, especially those systems of us who may have people of color, like headmates of color, I should say, we need to remember that we're still white. Like, our body is still white. And so the way that even those headmates move through the world is with white privilege. And this isn't going to be a video on that. I don't have any authority to be talking about that, but because of everything going on in the world, I wouldn't feel right making a video, especially my first video after everything has been going on, without saying something like that. But yeah, this video is actually going to be a Pride Month video. I'm sure some of you have seen on Twitter or other social media of a kind of like pride system questionnaire sort of thing, like you answer a question a day kind of sort of thing. And I thought it would be cool to do that for a video. So I also just want to say I apologize for my bird talking while I am also talking. I hope that doesn't bother anyone. But anyway, so our first question is people's sexual/romantic orientation. I don't believe that we'll be going over actually everyone's like answers to these questions, because that would probably take like an hour to go through everyone's. But go over our main actors, our main fronters, and then in following videos, like individual videos, other headmates who run those videos may add in different aspects of themselves. So I'm going to start with myself, Emerson. I kind of see myself as being bisexual, aromantic. Primarily, I identify with the word sapphic. Sorry. But otherwise, I don't really know. I don't really feel a need to label my orientations at the moment. I'm queer, is kind of how I interpret it. And then we have Jack, who is a lesbian. Both both her sexual orientation and her romantic orientation is lesbian. We have Seven, who is pansexual, panromantic, and I'll also be talking about Camille, I believe, primarily. Camille is bisexual, aromantic as well. And then question 2, people's gender identities. Personally, I use a ton of different labels for my gender, but just the other day I kind of started really identifying with the term bigender, and I'm not really sure. It's weird because it's not just like I only identify as male and female. I'm not sure what genders I am. Like I said, I have a ton of different words that I use for my gender, but bigender as like a more mainstream term really works for me. But yeah, um, Jack is, I guess, agender, um, gender fuck. It doesn't really, because it sees, it is an alien. She doesn't really understand human gender, so agender would be the closest thing to that. She just kind of lives her life the way she lives it. That's really it. 7 is transmasculine. Faye doesn't really use any other terms otherwise to explain them Faye self like that. Just kind of transmasculine. Camille is a cisgendered woman. 3, share a coming out story. Well, I don't know if this is really a coming out story, but it was really kind of funny because before we realized we were plural, we realized that we were LGBT, and we came out as bisexual to our mom, and then, like, 6 months after that, our mom got in a relationship with a woman, and so that was just kind of funny because we kind of influenced that, I kind of think. Have you ever gone to a Pride event? Yes, we have. We very much enjoy going to Pride events. It's kind of sad that we're not going to be able to do any this year, but I do enjoy Pride events. Favorite LGBTQ celebrity? We're all a big fan of Laverne Cox. She's like probably our favorite LGBTQ celebrity, if not favorite celebrity in general. But there's also Laura Jane Grace that we really, really love. She means a lot to us. Favorite LGBTQ character? Currently, that's probably Pearl from Steven Universe, because we also just realized that we have a Pearl fictive, which is fun. I'm gonna be skipping some of these because I'm not really sure how much I want to answer. Ever invented a label? So we've never invented a label, but we did invent some pronouns. I use dem, demi, demi-self pronouns, and we kind of created those. Do you use microlabels? Yes, most of us do. I shouldn't say most of us. Me and 7 primarily do. I identify with the term cadence gender, which means that you can, your gender kind of changes with the music, or music basically just music influences your gender in some way. Some days I can only feel gender when I'm listening to music. Favorite type of cake? Oh boy. Chocolate? Ice cream? Ice cream cake. I'm gonna go with that answer. I don't know what anyone else's response would be, but I really like ice cream cake. How do you present to people who don't know you're plural? Singlet? I don't know. We kind of present just as me, Emerson, the host, and when it was Henley as the host, we presented as Henley. Kind of androgynous, kind of like queer. Like if you look at them, you're gonna know that they're queer kind of look, I guess, if that's kind of what the question's asking. How did you realize your identity / find your labels? Research, talking, trying things out, mostly. I just I'd read, I'd Google, I you know, Tumblr was really helpful, as horrible as Tumblr can be sometimes. Are you out as plural or LGBTQ to your family? We are out as LGBTQ plus to some of our family members, not all, but we are not at all out as plural. Own any Pride merch? Yes. I don't know where any is right now. We used to have nice big buttons that had our Z, them pronouns when we used those. So those were really nice. Ever changed labels? Yes. Many times. Countless times. First I thought, before we realized we were plural, first we thought that we were gender fluid. Then we thought that we were transmasculine, just generally. Then we thought that we were agender, and then we stuck with that for a while. And then we came out as plural, and that complicated everything. And so now everyone has their own labels that they use. Favorite part of being you? One of the things that really came out for the whole system for when we first realized that we were trans, it allowed us to be so much more comfortable being feminine. As interesting as that sounds, I know a lot of people, when they come out as trans and they are assigned female at birth, they tend to become even more adverse to femininity. But for us, it was kind of like a weight off our shoulders that you didn't have to be a woman to be feminine. And that was really reassuring and really nice. Is it easier or harder to be out in plural spaces? I think it's easier. I think that most people that I've met, most systems that I've met in the plural community have been very open-minded. I feel like that's like a buzzword, but I don't mean it like that. I just mean like I feel like they are much more go with the flow, much more whatever your term, however you feel the most comfortable, that's how you should identify. And I feel like that might have something to do with me being in mostly endogenic safe spaces. But I feel like that could be applied across the board in plural spaces. Ever had a name change? Not legally. We've never changed our name legally, but we've gone through a bunch of different names, especially when we realized we were plural, and then there was the integration. That triggered name changes, obviously. Favorite LGBTQ book or movie? I really like, as bad as this sounds, I really like But I'm a Cheerleader. I feel like that's a really good movie. I mean, definitely a big trigger warning for conversion therapy and religion, but otherwise I feel like it kind of, in my opinion, from my interpretation of the movie, it makes fun of those ideas and trying to force someone to be who they're not. Any LGBTQ headcanons? Every fictional character is trans. It's the facts. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Except I do, because they're my headcanons. but almost every character is trans. Almost every character is gay. Yeah. Best part of being LGBTQ plus. I guess I kind of talked on this already, but with us being trans, it helped us feel more comfortable being who we are and expanding our horizons. Best part of being plural, I have my best friends. They're in the system. They're always with me, and especially with like Jack, if I'm having a rough night, she hugs me. She gives me a hug. She makes sure I feel cared for, in headspace and everything like that. It's really nice. Post a photo of a pet. I'm not gonna post a photo because I don't know how to edit my videos yet. But I will go get my bird. 1 second. Hi, I'm back. Ooh, sorry, I'm kind of out of frame. But this is Buddy, our cockatiel, who has been talking to you all for this whole video. He doesn't want to look at the camera, apparently. But, look. A little bit of history on him. We got him like 6 months ago, if that. When my aunt, my mom's cousin sadly passed away very suddenly. And Buddy was his baby. And my mom already has a bird, so she just kind of was like, hey, would you mind kind of keeping him in your room? Because I don't know how they're going to react to each other. And I was like, yeah, no problem. And we've just kind of bonded. And now he's my baby now. He always wants to be on me. He always wants to be with me. Yeah. I don't have any LGBTQ jokes. The only joke that I can really think of is like that meme where it's like my feminist brain. Women shouldn't be objectified. Like, they need to just do what's most comfortable for them. And if that's covering up, that's what it is. And then the sapphic brain is, I don't know. I didn't do that joke well. That's not the joke. Sorry. It's like when you see that's what it is. When you see a comic book character and she's got big old gazongas and your feminist brain is like, wow, that's creating such unrealistic body standards for women. And your sapphic brain goes, ooh wee, lady. And that's my joke. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you're having a wonderful Pride Month. I hope that you're taking time for yourself if you need it during this really stressful time in our country's existence. In the world's existence, I should say. Not even just our country's, because this is happening all over the place. And I just want to let you know that I love you. I care about you. And I'm also going to be linking a card page that's going to have information on the Black Lives Matter movement, along with links to petitions and GoFundMes. So, thank you. Have a great day.